Breaking news, a man with an alleged connection to the Tree of Life Synagogue shooter was arrested in Washington, D.C.
Police say he had guns and made threats toward Jewish and black people. They also say he was friends with the suspected synagogue shooter on social media.
Family members tipped off police after the man made comments about the 11 people killed in Squirrel Hill. David Highfield is outside the federal courthouse downtown with what he's learned on this. David.
Ken and Susan, Jeffrey Clark was arrested after family members told police that he was having agitated outbursts. This is all laid out, the case against him here in this criminal complaint. He reportedly said the victims in the Tree of Life shooting, well, they deserved it, is what he said. According to court papers, Jeffrey Clark, seen here holding what's identified as the flag of a white supremacist group, was a member of Gab, the same social networking site as synagogue shooting suspect Robert Bowers. According to court papers, Bowers and Jeffrey Clark were friends on Gab. Authorities say in the hours after the synagogue shooting, Clark's younger brother Edward went to an island in D.C. and shot and killed himself. Relatives told investigators both brothers were part of alt-right movements and that they became interested in guns because they thought there was going to be a civil war, according to court papers. Among those posts investigators mention is this one, with the Clark brothers posing with masks in front of a flag with a skull and crossbones. There's a superimposed photo of Dylan Roof, the mass murderer convicted of killing people inside a South Carolina church. After the shooting at Tree of Life, authorities say Jeffrey Clark posted on Gab a picture of Robert Bowers, and underneath it, it states in part, this was a dry run for things to come. Family members told police that Clark defended the synagogue shooting suspect and that he and his now deceased brother had fantasized about killing blacks and Jews. Here in Pittsburgh, the U.S. attorney has issued a statement reiterating that there is no evidence that anyone else had prior knowledge of the attack in Squirrel Hill. He also says he wants to assure victims and the victims' families of the Tree of Life synagogue attack that their safety is of paramount concern and that law enforcement continues to devote all available resources to the investigation and prosecution of this case. Clark is charged with unlawful possession of firearms and possession of high-capacity magazines. He was in federal court in D.C. today. Now, in his Gab profile, he describes himself as a meth-smoking, pipe bomb-making, mailman murdering revolutionary of the alt-right. We're live tonight outside the federal courthouse here in downtown Pittsburgh. David Highfield, KDKA-TV News.